Boy, Mario go to fuck crazy.
Yeah, y'all already know it's going down again, man. This Fat Nasty Podcast.
That's right.
I'm one half of the Belly Gang boys.
Let me put my belly on your butt, you heard?
Man, we're in full effect tonight, man. Before you do anything, man, go like, subscribe, comment, repost, man. Go check out fatnastypodcast.com.
All of that. It don't take
It
too
don't
much.
cost you nothing to do that, man.
Yeah, show a little love.
Man, we got somebody dope in here tonight, man.
That's right.
New York legend, radio legend, whatever you want to call him, man. Mr. Him, you know what I'm saying? We kicking it off. This is how we kicking the new year off, man. I'm going to let him introduce himself. He's going to tell you his IG, man. But y'all know y'all can find him every morning, man, on the Breakfast Club, man.
What's up, man? DJ Envy here. What's up? How y'all feeling, man?
It's good, man. Go ahead, man. Let them know you do what all you do, man.
Oh, man. I mean, they should know that by now. We can start with the Breakfast Club, of course, the car shows, the book, the real estate. I mean, it's so much that we do. And, of course, the slurred line of marijuana that we got out, cannabis that's got out, Monster Energy, Positivity Water. I mean, I'm an entrepreneur.
Yeah, don't stop. Don't stop. And
Yes,
you're
sir.
a Brunson boy, too, ain't you?
Yeah, Branson, of course.
Yeah, that's
Of course.
hard. That's hard, man. Well, man, like me and my co-host, man, this dope, man. I don't know how you know, man. We from Rochester, New York. We from upstate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So how we do our show, man, we like to vibe on some family type shit, man.
Yeah.
So we always kick it off like this, man. I'm going to ask you, man, do you got any pettiness with you? Are you petty?
Am I petty?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very petty.
You very petty?
I'm a petty person.
Yeah, petty
Absolutely.
person?
Yeah. Very.
What's some petty shit you done did that you can remember? Like, yeah.
Recent petty?
It don't have to be recent. I'm just, you know what it is? I'm just a real person.
Right.
If somebody does me dirty, it's, you know, it was always that phrase. I think Hov said, "I want to kill you breathing." So I've always been on that. So when somebody does something disrespectful to me and my family, it's like I want to get back. That's just who I am. I'm just a Queens person at heart, whether that's whatever it is.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Once you cross the line, I'm going to show you and make you feel why you crossed that line.
Correct, because you know, for myself, people always say this all the time, but I'm really a good person.
Right.
Like I really try to help people. You know what I mean? Help my community, help the people around me. So when somebody crosses that line and disrespects my family or disrespects me in a way that's not funny, I'm petty.
Yeah.
I think people know that though.
Yeah.
They know that.
I ain't gonna lie, I see you one time with the Breakfast Club. You wasn't jacking that shit. My man was holding his nuts. You was sitting there like, I don't fuck with this nigga. You ain't really want to do that shit.
Yeah, I mean, you know, people think, you know, we do podcasts, we do media, I do the Breakfast Club, but at the end of the day, we men.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if we have
anything,
if we have a problem, we say there's a problem. And I've never been the type to hold my tongue.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's if I have a problem with you, I'm gonna tell you I have a problem.
Right.
Then after, you know, we can have a conversation, figure it out. But if we have a problem, we have a problem. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to turn physical. It could just be two men having a disagreement.
Yeah.
Right.
And sometimes people don't understand that. But we can have a disagreement as a man. That doesn't mean we had to go shooting each other. It doesn't mean we have to go stab each other. But you might have said something I don't like. I might have said something that you don't like. Why can't we have a discussion and, you know, whatever happens after that, bygones be bygones. We might, you know, agree to disagree. But as men, you know, we could have a discussion about disagreeing and not have to cancel somebody for it. That's just where I'm from.
Yeah, but I want to ask you, man, why you think it is? Or you think it be like the ego trip or what? Like, what make, like, when two men have an argument? Because I always say that, like, too, like, men never can piece shit back together because it seems like they, like, say, like, for me and you being homeboys, and me and you, we fall out with this nigga, and, like, all three of us will never get together just to chop it up because it'd be like, men egos just be like, nah, I can't fuck with that nigga no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, if you my peoples and you're a friend and maybe we got into a disagreement or something, yeah, we should have that conversation.
Right.
Like I tell them all the time, I mean, we could move the furniture and
get busy.
fight and get busy, and then we get back up and we keep it moving.
Yeah.
But that's what we should. We did that as kids, and that's why, you know, the people around me have been the same people around me since I've been 16, 17, 18. Like,
that's hard.
But, you know, I know that those people, if I do something that's not right, they're going to check me.
Right,
whether
right.
I have an ego, whether I have a problem or not, and the same with them. I'm going to check them. And But that's family. That's what it's about, and that's what it should be. If you do some fucked up shit, he should be able to check you and you not feel away because you know it's coming from his heart, not coming from an ego or not coming from jealousy or envy or any of that. You know what I mean? So as men, I think that we should be able to do that in all walks of life.
Right.
And you got to experience it, too, with the people around you. Like you said, since 16, I can only imagine the differences, the arguments, or whatever y'all don't have amongst each other. But it took them experience to know, like, all right, you genuinely just meant that, like, yo, I was wrong. I could take that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then you realize with like you know the people I came with, my brother Coke and my brother June, it's like sometimes I be mad at them, like, oh fuck y'all niggas. But then you realize maybe a month later, like, damn, these niggas was right. But sometimes you got to see and you got to have those conversations. But that's the best thing, to be able to check each other, make sure each other's right.
Right.
And
I
for you to
tell
own that
him
accountability.
that all the time. Like, man, sometimes me and this nigga have a conversation because I know he ain't gonna tell me nothing wrong. So I'll call him and be like, and he'll give me some shit. I'll be like, man, you know what, man, fuck this nigga, man, right then and then. But then I think about it, like, damn, that nigga was dead ass right. You know what I'm saying? He was right. You know what I'm saying? But
accountability,
like you said, accountability.
Man.
That's
responsibility.
that's the most important thing.
Yeah,
Right.
And
So
that
that's
worked
hard.
out for everything.
That's hard. So look, man, we also do this, man, because before we kick the show off, we ask you that, what's your mental state from a 1 to 10? How you feeling, man?
You can't use 7 though. That's a safe zone.
Yeah.
Nah, you know what? I'm 10. You know what I mean? And I've been 10 for a long time. And I tell people my mental state goes based off my family, right? Because I do the things that I do is I do for my family. I work for my family. I do this for my family. As long as my family is happy and their mental state is 10, I'm 10. I don't let people bother me. I don't let things bother me. Finances don't bother me. None of that bothers me, because at the end of the day is, I try to make sure my family's good. And as long as they good, I'm 10. But I appreciate y'all asking. How's your mental state? See? Shout out to Branson. See, they know what I like. They know what I like.
Branson,
We got you
ice
right. We got
in
you
your
right.
cups,
Ice and cups. And
Perfect,
everything
perfect,
right there.
perfect.
Nah, I'm at right now I'm at an 8. I'm at an 8, just mental shit, like, you know what I'm saying, life goals, you know what I'm saying, things go on in life, you know what I'm saying, just always grinding. Like I say, man, this is my cousin, like, you know what I'm saying.
Real blood, real family. We do this shit.
Just like life, you know what I'm saying, like building your brand, it takes a lot of time, you know what I'm saying. So like the first 2 years, you scratching the ground, then once you like, you know what I'm saying, you still got everyday life shit going on. Like, I got a little league football team down here. I do all type of shit like that. So, and I still have to move around and maneuver and make shit happen with this too, you know what I'm saying, because this is my bread and butter. But I always ask people that, like, what's their mental state, because, you know what I'm saying, like you just said, when I ask you what you do, you just named a whole bunch of hats that you carry. And a lot of times people don't ask you how you doing. They just call you and be like, yo, Envy, I need something. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. They don't know how you doing, what moves you in.
They expect you to be all right because you're in the space you in. Being that successful, they feel like, oh, you got to be all right. Yo, how could your life be miserable, or how could you be feeling away when you don't really know? Like, I'm still human. Like, I got all this.
Yeah, but you know, I look at it like this, right? And we all went to school with somebody that didn't like us, right? And you ever go back and look at their pictures, look at their Instagram, and see how they doing? That could be you.
Yeah, for real. That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
That could be
You ever, chicks out there, women, you ever look at your ex and see the new girl he with? That could have been you.
Yeah.
So for me, my life is amazing. You know what I mean? And I enjoy what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
That could have been you.
And so I look at my life like, my pops and my moms who hated their jobs. You know what I mean? When I was a kid, hated their jobs, hated going to work, hated going overtime, hating to have to work on Christmas and all that. I love my job.
Yeah.
I get paid to talk shit on radio.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? I get paid to DJ clubs. I get paid to do things that I enjoy.
Yeah.
How can I not like that? That's what I asked for. That's what I asked for. That's what God gave me. So no matter how hard it is, I sit back and pray and say thank you, because I could have been doing something that I didn't want to
like,
do.
right. And then you waking up every morning doing it. That's real. That's real.
You know
What's
what I
your
mean?
mental state, Rich?
Me, I'm a 10, like, overall for today, like in this mode, 10. Just the way how today panned out and came together, like, you know how they say, spur of the moment and just live in the moment and the wind of how it happened.
Right.
It all worked out perfectly.
Absolutely.
It was off of love, off of the strength of knowing good people and connections. A call was just made. It wasn't like, yo, we plotted on trying to get this. It literally was a call. Boom. I got this connection, this, and what I could pride myself on, and cause too, is just how we carry ourselves, the reason why that call was made. Like, it was love to be like, they ain't even have to think of us to do any of that. You know what I'm saying? It was strictly like, yo, y'all got to play on this, my people, this love, boom, boom, boom. And however we took care of just like boom, and it happened in a matter of that.
Absolutely.
And like, you got to love that, you know what I'm saying? Keeping your face clean, doing good business, and building good relationships with people. I'm going to 10 my spirit.
It was crazy.
my
Like, I
energy
woke
was
up this morning, and my man texted me like, man, y'all don't know, man, y'all about to have one of the number, like, you know what I'm saying, them one dudes in radio.
Like, y'all like
sitting down,
number
come
2
and talk
talk
with
show.
you.
Yeah, it's like,
it ain't even set in yet, man, because, like, it's crazy because we got an episode on our podcast, like, right when y'all was about to, you know what I'm saying, y'all had announced at the Breakfast Club y'all was going to lose Angela Lee. And I was just like, damn, son, I can remember, like, we sit in the house in the spot and just turn the TV on. We got so many Breakfast Club, and I'm like, you know
That's
what I'm
the
saying?
shit. Go and watch it. It's
Yeah.
like it's so organic and raw, and it's like you could just tell the chemistry of all y'all, and everybody is entitled to their opinion, and there's no judgment. Everybody speaks their piece, and y'all all know each other and can call each other out, and it's nothing. It's like shit. It's like it's family. It's like y'all all brothers and that's y'all sister. It's like that shit is crazy. And to come in the workspace and do that, because some people come in, this just be their job. Like, okay, I come and do this. It's like y'all shit go deeper than that. It's like it's real family. So it's like that's what we could relate to that. Because like this my family, like yo, this is my real family though. So it's like yo, we get in here and it's like it's love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whether we argue or whatever, it's like nigga. At the end of the day, it's real genuine love.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that
How you
shit
feel
hard.
about that, like with the Breakfast Club, man?
I mean, I think it's dope. I mean, to correct you for one thing that you said is we weren't family.
Right.
right.
See what I'm saying? We didn't grow up with each other.
Right.
We didn't come from the same parts.
Right.
What made the Breakfast Club so tight is nobody thought it was gonna work. So it's kind of like y'all all fighting to show people that it's gonna work. You know what I mean? So that was the good thing about it. Like, you know what I mean? You think about it, we were all, I always say it all the time, we were all the sides to the main, right? Meaning Miss Jones, I was her side, right? Charlamagne was Wendy Williams' side.
Yeah, facts.
Angela Yee was Cypher Sounds' side.
mhm.
So we never chased the stardom. We just let it come to us. So I don't know if y'all remember when the Breakfast Club started, I was more of the biggest person on the Breakfast Club.
Right.
I was the DJ. I was the one in New York. I was the one doing the parties. Then it switched to Angela Yee, and then it went to Charlamagne. We never had jealousy towards each other because at the end of the day, it's kind of like
Y'all want everybody to eat.
you want to win the chip.
Right,
You know what I mean? I don't care who's dunking.
Right.
It could be Charlamagne dunking. It could be me dunking. It could be Yee dunking. But as long as at the end of it we win that chip, that's what it all mattered about. You know what I
So
mean?
we all bringing that home.
We all
That
bringing it home,
celebration,
and that's what it
all of us.
was. Because at the end of the day, that's what it was, and that's what made the Breakfast Club so good. We never fought for the stardom. We never fought to be the Beyonce of the group or the Bobby Brown of the group. We just wanted the group to win,
Win.
and that's what happened.
And how,
Everybody play
and how
their
do,
position.
like, man, like, how do people get in that? Like, because, you know, groups never work.
Yeah.
You know, like, in the history of us watching, they always be like, yo, that's the nigga right there. We're going to break this shit up and we're going to take this nigga from us. So,
Yeah,
like,
I mean
so
that always
yeah.
happens. I mean, I ain't gonna sit here and lie and say we didn't fight and argue and all that.
Right.
But it's just I think we all just knew we wanted to win.
Right.
And I think another thing, we all had separate businesses. You know what I mean? After the Breakfast Club, Charlamagne has his stuff, whether it's the Black Effect Network or his show, and I got my car shows, and she has her coffee spot and her her juices.
Her
So it's like
podcast too.
Her
and
podcast
shit.
too,
podcast too, lip service. So we all did our own thing, and we all kind of just came together in Voltron, and then we all separated, and it allowed us to create names for ourselves the way we wanted to.
Right.
hard.
How was that put together though, with all y'all being like how you said that y'all was all the side to the main? So like, yo, so did y'all come together like, yo, let's put this, or they kind of like positioned
Nah,
y'all?
so I was on Hot 97, and I left Hot 97 to do Power, and I was doing afternoons at Power. And for anybody that knows radio, you need a strong morning show. Morning show runs the station, right? They create, they it's your start.
Kick it off.
They kick it off. So they came to me and was like, yo, Envy, we want you to do mornings again. And I'm like, I ain't doing mornings no more. Like, I like, because mornings is, everything's involved. Afternoons, you could coast.
Yeah.
Mornings is, you got sales, you got PDs, you got MDs, you got music. It's so much involved with it because it's really the biggest moneymaker of the station.
Yeah.
Right.
So Cadillac and G-Spin was the program director and the music director was like, yo, we want to put this together. You, Charlamagne, and Angela Yee. Right. And at first I was like, nah, I'm not doing it. And it was like, well, why? And at the time, I think Charlamagne been fired a couple of times. Angela Yee was coming from Sirius Satellite Radio where they curse a lot, and she cursed like a sail at the time. So I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm gonna lose my job. I got 2 kids at the time. I ain't fucking with them. Like, but they offered me a great amount of money and said, yo, let's try it. And at the time I was like, fuck it, I ain't got nothing to lose. So they put us all there, and we all had the same goal. Like, let's work. And they put us in the room, and we just started grinding it out.
That's
We
bills,
got a
man.
lot of
That's
no's,
crazy.
a lot of fuck y'alls, a lot of I'm never gonna listen to y'all, and we just kept staying with it until it started to catch. And then once it started to catch, it just
was over.
we changed the game on morning radio.
Change the game.
That's a fact. Because it wasn't nothing like y'all shit. Like, nothing.
Still,
It's
like,
still, yeah, it's like
ain't nothing
nothing.
like that.
And y'all laid down, like, the platform and opened it for so many. Regardless of what motherfuckers say, that shit is, like, the foundation of a lot of shit, whether it's podcasts,
Yeah, we started the
anything.
foundation for a lot of it.
Yeah, a
Those
lot.
conversations and having
Yeah.
long conversations. And being able to ask the questions that people want to hear.
Right.
And, yeah, we
and multiple perspectives. Everybody ain't on the same. Okay,
Correct.
we trying to get this because like you could be on one end and be rocking with an artist, and then Charlamagne, he was the advocate for a lot of things. Before niggas wasn't fucking with Charlamagne. Niggas always had something to say, but Charlamagne was a real person. Like regardless of what or how you feel, I gotta ask you what I want to ask you.
Right.
And
He
I
gonna
wanna
ask you.
and I can respect it because it's like, and then that's what you're supposed to do. He added that, and then that female perspective came in. That's
she can ask
always
anything.
It's like, yo,
Female can ask any question she want to.
People don't understand it was an art. It's like
Yeah, that shit
It's
is
like
crazy.
let's say we interviewing you, right? And most people that come in that building are gonna have their guard up, right? So what I'm gonna do? Yo, bro, how you doing? Yo, I seen your car outside, the Benz with the wrap is dope. You like, yo, thank you, brother. Yo, how's everything, man? I seen you in the club the other night. So now your guard started to come down because now you feel at home. And then he asked you a question. Yo, what's up, son? I seen you with so and so.
that's
So you ask that question, right?
That's
Then your guard go back up,
Right.
And then you pull your guard back down. Yo, your last album was dope, man. Yo, that song you did with so and so was dope, man. What inspired that song? How's your kids doing? Your guard coming back down.
Right.
Boom, he come back with another question.
So
it's
it's true that you mess with an old girl. You like, what? Why do you think you doing
and
this?
it keeps
Right.
spinning around.
Right.
It was an art, and we mastered that
Yeah, I
art.
mastered that
Master
shit.
that shit. So let me ask you, man, because everybody probably want to know, man. What's one? Can you be like, yo, this is one of my favorite. What was one of your favorite interviews on the Breakfast Club?
I mean, we had so many. I mean,
Right,
it's
right.
I mean, from when Jay came, or anytime Fat Joe was up there, either Minister Louis Farrakhan came up there, Birdman, Dame
Right.
Dash. It's different interviews for different things. You know what I mean?
Right.
Ray J, you know what I mean?
Right.
You got to talk about
yeah,
that.
hey,
Y'all talk
how
about
do
the
you feel
Birdman
like-
to the Birdman and the Ray J.
The
It's
Ray
just
J
like
is
that
funny.
energy in there. It's
Yeah,
like,
that's crazy.
because it was awkward for one. He come in here, he like on his energy like, okay, you coming to Charlamagne, ask you. He asked us, you know Charlamagne, like yo.
So about Birdman.
Yeah, so it's like the Birdman, like what was your like, son? Really like?
You
what's
think it was gonna go like that?
Yeah. I mean, I knew Birdman for a long time. I knew Birdman when he first started, right? Because we were
Right.
all on the road with each other. We were all on Nelly tour. It was Nelly, and this is before Wayne was as big as Wayne
Yeah,
was.
this is 106 at Park
It was
shit.
Yeah.
Birdman was on
Right,
the
right.
tour. You know what I mean? And Wayne was just with him. So it was, it was Nelly, it was Birdman, it was Fabulous, it was A. Marie.
You going all the way back.
Yeah, so we
that's
was
what I'm
on
saying,
tour, so we
yeah.
knew each other. We were talking cars. Me and Birdman were going back and forth with cars. This is how much Birdman didn't have that money yet. Like this, he was just starting. Like,
Yeah.
so I knew Birdman. But so when we doing, for most people that don't know, when we doing the show, artists come up around 9:00.
Right.
So we still doing the show, so you can see them walking by in the glass. So Birdman is just standing, walking, like just pacing, right? So we already
So you like
Bird been ready.
He ready.
we already
Bird like
know
that
what
little
it is.
nigga after school, like yeah.
We
I'ma
already
see
know
you.
what it is, and again, we are dudes from the street. I'm from Queens. Charlamagne's from South Carolina.
Right.
If you think now it's a little different, now we're grown. But if you think back then we didn't have stuff up there to make sure we were protected, you're a damn fool. So we were never uncomfortable. We were never scared. We always knew what it was.
Right. Yeah.
So when he came and the people that Birdman came with, it was my New York people. So we weren't fearful.
Right.
Now he did have, I think he had Rollo with him. He had the rest of Sean with him. He had a host, a couple people.
And it was early on them niggas too. Them niggas wasn't really.
Yeah,
you know
we
what I'm
didn't
saying?
Right,
really
because you
care.
could have came and introduced them, like, you know
But
what I'm
them niggas
saying?
wasn't doing nothing in that building and making up out of that joint.
Nah.
That shit was quiet. Like
Nah,
not where it's like, yo, you was going like, come on, man.
So, but he was, Birdman was upset for things that Charlamagne was saying.
Yeah.
And, he wanted to get, it was one of those things where he just wanted to get that off his chest.
Yeah.
Right.
And then once he got it off his chest, he reached out to us later, wanted to do a real interview, but the moment was there. You know what I mean? It was one of the most listened to things ever on the internet.
yeah, right.
But if you think about
Put
it,
some
how big it
respect on
was,
it.
I mean, they
It
use
push
it on
it to the
television
top.
shows,
Yeah,
they
right.
push it on sports shows. I mean, it's one of the most
Talked about ever.
talked about episodes, but not only they re-say his line, or are you finished or you done, or trio y'all like it's, it's so big. So it's just one of those moments we just take.
Right.
That
That's
Ray J and Fredro. Fredro Star too. That shit was wild too.
Yeah.
Man. He was one of the wildest.
He got some dope joints.
Yeah,
though.
Fredro was another one, and Ray J. Ray J was he was the first interview on the Breakfast Club. The first one to come on the
Wow.
Breakfast
That's
Club.
dope.
And
That's
so
dope.
Ray J
what?
somebody close to our heart. Like we love Ray. Ray always comes up, and that night he left the club and just called and was like,
He was on bullshit. He was,
on it, you know what I
he was
mean?
with the money team that night. It was like he was with Floyd that night. He went straight in. That nigga, I'm with the money team. We put out the Rolls Royces. I slapped that nigga. Ray J.
I just remember when he called, right? So we called, I'm in the mix. I'm mixing in the mix. Right. I said, yo, Ray, I'm gonna put you on air. Don't curse. He said, all right, I got you. Yo, what's up, Ray? I slapped that motherfucker. I said, this nigga's Ray's crazy. But
He kept going though. He just kept going.
He just kept going. But
he probably was still lit though.
He was like, hold on, Ray. But you know, it's.
And then Charlamagne the guy in the back, like, nah, keep going. He's like egging him on.
Because them moments you like, yo, it's like it's raw. It's like, yo.
Yeah, it's raw. I mean, it's all. It was not made up. It was all real.
Right. Yeah. Right. That's hard. So look, man, we got this shit called the icebreaker, right, man?
Icebreaker.
So I gotta ask you, man, what is New York known for? The chopped cheese or the pizza?
Pizza.
Okay.
You know them Harlem niggas just was trying to.
Yeah. So where chopped cheese was? Where was it like originated from?
I don't know, but you know, I'm a pizza nigga.
You're a pizza nigga. You take a pizza over the
I'm from
chopped cheese?
Queens. You know, I'm from Queens, but you know, I think the pizza's always been so big is because you know when we used to get off, from school, a lot of us didn't have a lot of money. We might have only had $1, and back then, a slice was 99 cents.
Right.
So we used, go get a 99-cent slice. Sometimes you go get 79-cent slice.
That's crazy because we had that shit in Rochester called the slice from heaven for 99 cents. You get you a slice. Big ass slice.
Yeah, big ass slice. So that's what made you, that was lunch and dinner sometimes. You know what I mean? Or after you playing ball, that was the 99 cent. Your mom gave you $2 or you had $2.50, 99-cent slice, 25-cent quarter water, 75 cents. You playing video games in the back of the arcade.
Them days at, man.
Yeah, $2. I ain't gonna lie. Back then, $2. You go to the store. You got like in New York.
You got a dinner, give a kid.
One thing we know about the city is like it's a corner store on every block.
Yeah. Or even my man who's down here now, DJ Mono, who taught me how to DJ. So when we was buying records back in the day in school, I think his mom used to give him $3 a day. My mom used to give me $3 a day. So
hold on, $3 a day, a lot of money back then.
Yeah, $3 a day. So we used to get a number 2 from McDonald's, which was the 2 cheeseburger meal, right? So it was 3 1/4.
Right.
So we used to split that, and then with the rest of the money, go buy 1 record a day from Hot Wax in the city, and that's how we started collecting records.
Oh wow! Shout out, what's his name?
Mono, DJ Mono. Yeah, he down here. Yeah, Mono. Taught me how to DJ.
That's hard. He taught you how to DJ. That's hard. What's one of your best nights you feel like DJing like? And you just rocked that shit like what city you was in?
You know, the sad part about it is, I've been doing this for a long time, so you don't remember when you rock. You remember your fuck ups, but you don't remember your
Hold on. Do you ever had a fuck up? I can't
all the time.
What was one of the fuck up moments like? Where you was at? What city?
Alabama.
Oh. Was it just because you ain't know what to play, or what caused the fuck up?
Yep.
Okay.
I feeling myself caused the fuck up.
Oh, okay. Like,
you know what I mean? So
feel my
I'm on the road every weekend. Yeah. Every weekend I'm in Atlanta. I'm here. So we get to Alabama. Now the funny thing about this one is we had a party in Alabama, and in 2 weeks we had to come right back to that city. They booked us, and it was a college, and I call myself the HBCU king. Right? I do all the HBCUs. I went to Hampton University, so I do all the colleges. We went to this college, and the dude gets on before me. He rock it, and I get on, and this is the first time I seen people walk out as I was DJ. And there was nothing I could do to get him back. It was just uncomfortable. I'm sweating. I stank it up. I stank.
You walk like rich boy sitting down.
I stank it up to the point where it was like, damn, there's nothing I could do.
I'm saying, but this like, you've been in the game for a long time, but this is like fresh you.
Like 4 years ago. That's like 6 years ago. Like 6 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Like 6 years ago. And then I had to come back a week later. So to that I went home and I did my homework. I got to see what was rocking. Came back and I rocked it and I killed it. But you know what I mean? It just shows like it don't matter how dope you are, you gonna catch your L. You know what I mean? Especially if you don't do your homework and do what you're supposed to do.
Right. That's what. So when we're saying it, so as a DJ now and still doing it, you really got to just tap into all type of music, being that you.
Absolutely,
listen to a lot of
no matter what city I go to, I before I get to the city, I might call a local DJ, yo, what's popping? I might, listen to the radio. That's what I usually do. When you land, you listen to the radio because the radio gonna play what the city usually is on. And then I usually tap into the local DJ, yo, what's popping? Send me the top 10 songs, your best songs. You know what I mean? I do that for every market. If I go to DC, it's go-go. If I go to, Louisiana, New Orleans, it's bounce music. Like I do that for every city to make sure I have something. You know what I mean?
Do you got that one track that's in all your playlists? Or like something that like I could play this wherever I go and it's
it all depends. If I'm doing HBCU shit, it's all I do an R&B set. You know what I mean? If it's street shit is this. If it's this is this. Okay. But I got it's you know what I mean. But I don't. Most DJs keep their laptops with sets, meaning they can go this set, that set, this set. Okay, I don't do that play for feeling and emotion. I don't have no sets on my laptop, nothing like that. All feelings.
You lit then.
All feelings.
Legendary.
I ain't gonna lie. Being in Atlanta, you gonna get the same spin. and then they gonna give you that New York set. It's gonna be Cam,
Yeah,
Jay-Z,
Suck It or Not, yeah.
it's gonna
New
be all,
York.
G-Unit, it's
Yeah,
gonna be all
they
that
get
shit.
Joel
I think
shit,
every DJ in Atlanta pass that shit around. They pass it around.
They definitely email
They're
like, yo, send me that New York clip.
You need this for New York. Well, and New York niggas gonna get like 3. What you gonna get, like 7 minutes?
You get a quick 5 to 7 minutes of your shit, and they hit you with a 1 verse, next track verse, track hook, verse. And then
so for me it's feeling. So like what I like to do, like we could be in a club. I don't care if it's the dirtiest, grimiest club, unless it's a strip club, but dirtiest, grimiest club.
Right.
I'm gonna play to the ladies.
Yeah.
Like niggas be looking at me like, why you playing R&B? Cause them chicks is singing and dancing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm
in
always
the club, right?
I'm always good with them.
Right.
Yeah, y'all. Whatever. I'll come back to y'all. I'll play Future in a second. I'll play Lil Baby in a minute.
Yeah.
But I'm going to rock with them for a little bit because they haven't heard it. But they get so excited because a lot of them records DJs don't play.
Right.
But I can go anywhere. You name it. I can go left, right. It don't matter.
Necessary though, DJ. I had just seen the post, man. I think that was our boy too, P for real. And he was just like, yo, man, promoters, club, whatever y'all got, y'all could pack this shit out. You can have 1 million people in there. I don't give a fuck what you got. That party ain't right till that DJ show up.
Of course.
That DJ owns the night. Like, yo,
absolutely.
And it lands on him. Like how you said, you can stink it up because he can either make or break that night.
Absolutely.
Like, he can fill it up, but it's like, yo, if you ain't playing the right tracks or whatever to get this shit doing what it do, it's over. And I thought about it. I'm like, yo, you know what? Because I done been in spots and it be lit. Mad people, the women, everything, bitch. But be like, bro, the DJ was ass. This nigga keep playing this bullshit. Like, son.
Especially like if it's R&B night and they keep like.
Oh, man.
You
got to know what you playing on. If
right.
they say, yo, you go to a 90s joint and they playing, it's like, bro, what's going on?
That's real. That's real.
Nah, fact. But you got to be knowledgeable of your shit, too, though, to be a DJ. They take
Absolutely.
a lot
That's why I said, like you said, that's hard. Like, you wouldn't did your research, like, wherever you know what I'm saying?
Whatever city I go to, yeah, absolutely.
Like, I'm be in Houston. I know what I got to get these niggas. I'm being Cali. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't do everything
versatile
around the
as a
world.
bitch.
And I always want to ask you, what separates y'all from, like, EPM DJs, like, the big, like, EPM, well, like, what separates, like, a regular DJ from, like, one of them? Like, why they make so much money when they
Oh,
do
you mean
shows?
EDM? He said EPM. I was like, EPMD. I was like, what? I was like, that EDM. I mean, you know what it is one. Of course, EDM is I call it crossover music, white music.
Right.
But I also feel like for us, we don't own the venues. They don't give us the venues. They're never gonna put 10,000 black people in a party to do it. They're not gonna do it. We don't own the venues.
Right.
EDM DJs, a lot of them kids got a lot of money. You know what I mean? You know, you go to our spot, you smell weed. You know, you go to their spots, you see a lot of orange juice and water. You know what I mean? Because they're taking pills. So it's just a different demographic. You know what I mean? They're charging $100 to get in, $200 to get in. They getting 10,000 people. For us, you know what I mean? You look at the biggest urban DJs. Who do you got? Is who? Is me? Is Drama? Is Khaled? You know what I mean? Those are the main big ones. I mean, there's so many other Greg Street. There's so many big DJs, but they're not gonna pay us $100,000 a DJ party. You know what I mean? And if Khaled gets, Khaled gets he might get $1 million or whatever, but he's performing. He's bringing Fat Joe and Rick Ross and all that. You know what I mean? It's not from absolutely DJing, but it's just how they look at our genre.
Right, that's real.
Which is fucked up.
Fucked up. That's crazy. So I wanted to ask you this, man. So, man, do beef have an expiration date? Like when you beefing with somebody, is it an expiration date on it?
No expiration date. Nah, I mean, and this is where people I think really get messed up. If we have beef, me and you have beef, and you die, the beef don't end. You see what I'm saying? Me and you have a problem, and you die. Am I supposed to feel bad for you because you died? No, we have beef.
Yeah.
Like, and when we talk about pettiness early, I'm a 50 Cent petty person.
Oh, you deep. Oh, man, my
Branson.
boy Curtis. Shout out to my boy Curtis. That's my favorite. Hey, that's what I asked him, though. That's my favorite nigga. Because that nigga don't care about shit. He go,
it's the truth.
Like, my boy, he don't stop.
No, you say something disrespectful about me, then you die, and am I supposed to feel bad? No, it continues on. Like, that's
so
how I am petty.
So it continue on. So it's like anybody attached, or like we carrying this shit. It's over. You gotta feel it.
Shout to Fendi, right? Fendi is a Faz manager. He's we
always
always joke about his picture where his op died and he went to the funeral to make sure he's really dead. Like, that's the pettiness we be on. Like, for real. Like, that's the pettiness.
That is tough, yo.
But if
Hey, that nigga said, I gotta make sure this nigga's going, man.
That's the pettiness we on. But, if somebody don't like me because I did something to them, I feel like they're going to do the same thing to me. Like, it is what it is,
Right. So you don't think it don't got no expiration date on it?
Nah, not unless you squash it. Nah, no expiration date. We have problems. We have problems, and I don't have to be physical problems. I could just not like you. I'm not gonna like you.
And not fuck with you.
No,
It's
it is.
like,
You know what I mean? But that's just me personally. But I try to be somebody that people like, so I don't, have those situations and problems.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real. So let me ask you something, man. Do you think artists are getting targeted? Like how would back in the '90s we had 2 artists die, and now
how you feel about that? With all these
Well, one, I
rappers
always feel like is way more rappers, and two, I mean, artists are targets. I mean, you think about it, it's, and people always say the first thing they say is, well, damn, they should have security, right? The first thing with that is security is expensive.
A lot. It costs
You know
a
what I
lot
mean?
to put your life.
So if I get it, when I go to the club, I got security. I got a bunch of niggas with me. But if I want to take my daughter to Great Adventure, I gotta have security. If I want to take my daughter to Dunkin' Donuts because she wants a slushie, or 7-Eleven because she wants a slushie, I gotta have security with me. If I want to pull up to so and so, I gotta have security with me.
If I want to go to the mall, if I want to go out to eat.
So that people, it's expensive. So you got all that chain in the cars, but I always tell people, I feel like that jewelry in that car is your costume.
Right, okay.
That's your costume,
I always
right?
felt like it was a trophy because I couldn't get it when I was younger, and I seen that nigga. So
But it's your costume. People like you, of course, because of your lyrics. They like you because of your music, but they also like you because of your look, right? There's not too many people that they love that's a dusty rapper that, that, I just love him. No, it's your whole persona. You know what I mean? If Batman or Robin had a dirty-ass costume or outfit,
I ain't fucking with that nigga.
I ain't fucking with that nigga.
Yeah,
right. He ain't had a
But
Batmobile.
that's what it is. So I do feel like we targets. I feel like all anybody in the music industry, whether it's DJs, rappers, producers, it's a target because it's an easy target. We make a lot of money. You wear jewelry, nice cars, and especially in New York where you can't carry a gun. You carry a gun, you get caught with a gun, you're doing 3 years mandatory. Mandatory doing 3 years.
I thought it was a fever. I thought it was a
in
5.
New York, I mean, Rochester 5.
Yeah, you got
See? So it's like, so the bad guys or the criminals knows you ain't got no gun.
And then what's so bad about it is your gun license is good in New York City. So wherever you go downstate to Buffalo or something, it don't carry down there, so it'd be fucked up.
Now, you think about it like this. Like I'm licensed in 32 states, right, including New Jersey, but in some states I'm not licensed.
Right.
So I got to find somebody that's licensed. So, so I try to go to those markets where I'm licensed. I'm licensed in Georgia. I'm licensed in Florida. I'm licensed in Texas. I'm licensed in Jersey. I'm licensed in a lot of places. So
I'm gonna tell you, get your Utah
make things
gun
right.
license.
I got it. Utah and
Oh, yeah,
Florida.
okay, that's what you got. Yeah, because
you
Utah
good
trying
money.
to carry a lot of states.
That's probably that 30, just probably 15, 20 off of that.
Both of them are like 34.
Yeah.
Shit,
So how you feel about that artist being the target?
Yeah, no, I feel like, they definitely be targeted, but then I feel like as far as our rappers that's been passing out, it's a lot into the music too, though, and what they giving out. I ain't knocking niggas because you're supposed to get them in and they want to hear it. But it's a lot, the music nowadays, it's not the same. Like in our era when we lost Biggie and Pac,
Oh, I said we lost 2 rappers.
but we lost them. It was literally regardless of the music, it wasn't the music that made them kill each other. It was literally a situation with each other. It was a beef. Okay, we got real smoke.
Right.
These niggas is rapping, talking about, I'm gonna do this. I got ass. And it's like, damn. So it's like the people who listen to it now feel like they got to prove or do something.
Right.
For half of these,
I told you, man, this shit different. These niggas be dead. Niggas talking about, like he said, with the beef shit. That's why I said, the beef shit on never end, because, you have a nigga I'm smoking on my nigga, I'm smoking on
that shit is just
I mean, people being disrespectful, but
Yeah.
it's also ego and pride, right?
Yeah.
People I ain't checking in, right? To me, that's the dumbest thing ever, right? It's like anything else. You come to Queens, there's gonna be some places in Queens you shouldn't go.
Yeah.
And if you're not from Queens, you ain't gonna know.
Right.
Like when I come to Atlanta, my partner is from Atlanta. He lives out here now. He knows where to go. Yo, my nigga, I'm here. Oh yeah, I'm gonna scoop you from the airport. Is that check it in? That's my nigga. Yes.
Yeah.
When I go to Detroit, people I know, yo, I'm in town. Oh, what's up, E? Oh, I bet. Got you.
Yeah.
When I go to LA, yo, I'm here. Oh, I got you. What it is. When they come to Queens, when they come to New York, yo, where you pulled up? All right, I got you. All right, cool.
Yeah.
I make sure they good. You know what I mean?
So
and
it's
that's
nothing wrong
that's
with it.
how it should be.
Nah.
So-
Even when I go to South Africa, and
Right.
and them brothers come here,
That shit real too.
they come here, they call, yo, we want to go out. I could be tired as a motherfucker not wanting to go out. When they call and they say they in town, all right, we're going to take them out, make sure they're good.
What made checking in so bad, though? What made that shit for niggas to be like, oh,
It
this
be
nigga.
pride and ego, niggas hearing shit, but it's like, yo,
I don't know. You know what I mean? And it's no matter, what city I go to, they can call and check it. I got people in every city that I fuck with.
Right.
And when they come to New York, they fuck with me.
Me, right, so, right.
You know what I mean? Or fuck with my peoples. Or I put them in play or with people that make sure that they good. Because at the end of the day, we all just want to make it home back to our families.
that's it.
That's it.
That's it. That's
real
the
shit.
only thing.
That's real shit. So let me ask you a question, man. I was watching some shit today. They said you can force a nigga to respect you. Can you force somebody to respect you?
Force a nigga to respect you?
I mean, yeah. I mean, you can force a nigga to do anything. I mean, you hit a nigga up inside the head with a fucking Glock, he gonna respect you.
Right.
But just kind of what respect you want. You know what I mean?
What kind of respect you want?
You know what I mean? I don't want somebody to fear me.
Yeah,
you know what I
'cause
mean?
that's
I
what's
want
gonna
them to
create that
respect.
fear. That's
yeah,
what it
I
is,
want them
the
to
fear
respect
of
me for
respect.
what I did and what I do. You know what I mean? Just, but you can make anybody, respect you out of fear.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like, yeah, 'cause that's definitely, because when you cause fear, that respect is coming from fear. But if like you carry yourself away, respect comes. Like, yo, what's given? Like, you nigga gonna respect you if you upstanding person and you handle your business. Niggas may try and do what they do. That come with it. You know what I'm saying? That be people who they don't have respect for themselves. Because anybody who respect themselves, you don't even want any nigga G shit. I could just speak for myself. How I move, I'm not disrespecting no other person just for no reason or moving around just like I'm respecting. I'm gonna give respect off the strength. Maybe that was just because I was raised. Like I'm gonna give it until I feel it's a way like, oh, you disrespecting or you move. All right, now we'll violate you. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if we ain't got to take it there, oh, respect, my man. You're a man. I'm a man. Shit, it is what it is. But a lot of motherfuckers don't move like that, and it's like once you create that lane for that, then that's what that bring that energy to yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like trying to force somebody. It's definitely possible. You can force somebody to respect, but forcing it is not. That shit is. It's not gonna be good respect.
That's why I said that's
not gonna be
like demanding something. Like I'm demanding you to do some shit. You don't really want to do it.
And it's not gonna let, cause the nigga gonna respect you, but at the same time he envying like, yeah, he got that, but I'm gonna do it. And when I catch him or when he ain't, then I'm gonna do what I got to do. Or a nigga will hold that shit. It'll be 10 years down the line. And y'all just thought a nigga forgot about it.
Like I'm belly when they
and
thought
nigga
black.
now want to feel like he gotta get his. And it's like, damn. But and the whole time nigga been rocking with you for 10 years, holding you down. Like, yeah, he respect me. Nigga ain't never, I'm gonna do what I got. A boogaloo. Above the rim.
Right.
Boy, nigga, he was that when he violated him with my son,
Kyle Lee.
Yeah, Kyle Lee. Yeah. When he did the shit, kicked the nigga downstairs, Bug was like, nah, I ain't sweating that shit. That shit ain't nothing. Right. He the bird.
Right.
What you want me to end up like? But then he's like, yo, fuck that.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Nigga, I don't respect. I'm gonna come and get mine, and it's over with. But he respected that nigga. He was forced to respect him. Right. All that shit doing that nigga like that is like he can't do nothing because you do something. Now I'm gonna do it on my time. Though.
Right.
I'm gonna wait, and it's like, that's how that shit. The tables turn, and that shit be crazy. But that go on every day.
Yeah.
Regardless of how you get it, it ain't even gotta be necessarily when you killing somebody. You could literally set somebody up, to tell, put somebody in the back, fuck up a deal, anything. Just off of people you know. You could use your advantage any way you want to get back at somebody. You don't necessarily have to be bodily harm. It's just like, okay, he don't know. I know this person right here. He think he about to go get that deal. All right, I'm gonna call him like, yo, nah, don't fuck with him. It's over. Don't give him. And he might been so like, yo, I just caught this, and don't know why it got canceled. And it should be crazy, y'all.
Right. So I was gonna ask you, man, like growing up, me and my cousin, we got this, like we always fuck with the money, power, respect. What would you say, and what order would you want that shit? Nah.
Money, power, respect?
Yeah.
I mean, for us, it's always loyalty.
Right, yeah.
That's over everything, you know what I mean?
You're a real nigga. You light skinned, but you're a real nigga.
Yeah, it's loyalty, and then I think is,
Hey, why loyalty means so much?
Because you want to be around people that you can trust.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can have money, but if you're around niggas that you can't trust, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna get robbed, shot, stabbed, whatever you have. You know what I mean? Look at any crew. They always usually go down because they don't have loyalty, right? You know what I mean? One person is making it, and the other people, are jealous of it.
Yeah.
So for me, it's always loyalty, and then is the money, and then the money gets you the power, and you know what I mean? Respect they gonna respect it regardless.
Right. How you always feel about that question?
Yeah, that's it. Of the three, respect, but respect and loyalty hand in hand. I always go with the respect and loyalty because I feel like with that and how you move, respect is gonna get you whatever you need. Because if you respect me, for one, if you respect me and you in a position and you respect me and you bringing me up. Because at the end of the day, I honor and I feel away.
I tell everybody this, right? So growing up in Queens, I had my brothers Webb and Nitty, right? And this is where the loss of the OGs, right? So Webb and Nitty was respected in Queens, right? I was their little mans. coming up, right? And of course, Web and Nitty had Clue, they had Joe Button, they had Fabulous. I could be anywhere in New York in the dirtiest place ever, the grimiest place ever. They could be shooting crap, shooting crack, shooting at each other, and they seen me, and they knew that Web is my brother. Yo, that's Web man. Go ahead, let him through. That's respect. Had nothing to do with money. Had nothing to do with power. Just
anything.
Respect.
Right.
To this day, if there's a problem, and they know that, but that's what this world is missing.
Yeah.
The respect of those people. A lot of these people just don't have respect for anybody no more. You
So
know
I
what
was
I mean?
gonna ask you, like, where you think the OG went? Because it's like we in this new era where niggas don't have OGs. Like niggas don't have nobody that they respect because I feel like a nigga feel like if a nigga got more money than me, I don't respect that nigga. You feel me?
Right.
So that's what the era we in. Like, we don't have young niggas on our show and be like, man, why you don't got no OG? Cause nigga ain't never he ain't never put me on. Nigga ain't never had no moment. Like when we grew up, we had uncles or your dad best friend or somebody that was an OG that could tell you, hey man, you wild a little nigga, go home. But now one of them niggas tell them like, what? Man, fuck you, man, I'll do something to you.
They lost the
where,
respect.
Like, where that lost, like where that came
I
from?
mean, I think people lost respect because I think people take money over respect, right? That meme that goes around where, when they say, they be like, yo, you see these old niggas calling the young niggas big bro because they got more money.
Yeah,
And that's the truth.
right.
Because before I didn't care. It wasn't about money. It was about respect.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was about, when you talk about the hand of God, some of these niggas need to get slapped the fuck out of. You know what I mean? Because they don't have respect. You know what I mean? And I think that's due to it too. And I think with the social media and these cameras and all this other stuff, I think it puts it in a weird predicament.
Internet
you know what I mean?
just fucked
I
a
said,
lot of
I ain't
shit.
gonna lie, I said,
Even with kids. Yeah. And I think a lot of it comes from these kids not respecting their parents.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when I say that, like, you put your hand on your kid now, and your kid's like, well, I'm calling CPS.
Yeah.
If I ever said that to my mother and father, they'd be like,
Yeah.
word, matter of fact, I'm
Call
going to call
them.
I
CPS.
will call them.
And I'm
Guess what? When they get here, if I get to whoop your ass,
You
just leave
scared to
with them,
say
know what
you
I'm saying?
scared to say that because
Yeah.
like at first, and once you got now, I'm taking you to your grandma's house and they gonna whoop your ass. She gonna whoop your ass.
Right.
Your uncles, your aunts, like them the type of be like you'll get one at the
but
spot.
that's-
Then you got 3 more coming.
But people, parents are scared of their kids. You know what I mean? Like, I remember
kids
when my
raising
son
kids.
is 19. He had an issue in school.
Right.
I whooped his ass, and then I sent him to my pop's house. And then my pops whooped his ass.
right.
You know what I mean? And then
That's
he
how
came.
it went, though.
And then he came back. I remember he had braids. We cut his hair bald. Like we made it a movie. Like he was like, I am never doing this shit again.
Again, right.
Now he the best kid out there. But you know what I mean? That's where we at right now. And I think it's because of that. Parents don't have respect, and if parents ain't got respect for these kids ain't respecting nobody.
That shit
Real
crazy.
And I ain't gonna lie, like I told you, like I remember growing up in the neighborhood, like where we from in Rochester. All my grandma friends would curse me out, and when I bet not said shit, and when I got home, if I said something, I would have got an ass whooping probably from every house. But it's like you can't do that shit no more. It's just like we in a different era.
Bro, I had teachers that put hands on me.
Right.
Miss Butterfield, shout out to Miss Butterfield.
That's crazy. Nigga, remember his teacher. He remember Miss Butterfield. Miss Butterfield was
she
bullshit.
was. I don't even know if she's still alive. She was a Jamaican woman that when you did some wild shit in school, she'd grab your cheeks and turn your cheeks.
Oh yeah.
And then tell your mom, like, yo, yeah, I grabbed him by the cheeks today because he said da. And my mom was like, all right, you know what I mean? But you don't have that no more.
You don't got that no more. So man, I wanted to ask you this, man, because like you know what I'm saying, you big in the real estate. What made you really get into that shit and dive in? Like,
Honestly, I would see all my favorite celebrities and athletes after a couple of years. You would see on the news their house, foreclosed or their cars repoed. And I was like, I don't want that to be me. So I was like, well, what can I do to make money? And at the time, I looked on the Forbes list and see how the people were making all this money. And one was oil. There was no oil in my backyard in Queens. I couldn't find no oil.
Right.
The second was tech. And tech was Silicon Valley in LA and California and, San Francisco, and I'm in Queens. So the other was real estate. You know what I mean? I seen what Donald Trump was doing back then with real estate and all these huge people were doing. I was like, I want to get into it. And I didn't know what I was doing. I just started buying cheap real estate. I went to Detroit at the time because I could buy properties for like 10, 15 grand, and I just bought properties. Didn't know what I was doing, sat on them, paid the taxes, cut the grass, tried to get contractors. It didn't work out. And then Dan Gilbert, who owns the Cleveland Cavaliers, started building up Detroit. My property that I paid $10,000-$15,000 for was now worth $150 to $200 to $300, and this is without me even fixing this. So I was like, shit. So I sold them and got into it and started buying houses in Detroit and Milwaukee and Florida and Patterson, Atlantic City, and just kept doing it and made it a business.
Y'all caught me with my son. I even went and invested after watching y'all shit. Mark Whitten, man. Shout out to Mark Whitten too. When he did the wholesaling shit. And it was like that when he came and did, I'm like, damn, this shit just sound crazy. Because you would think with real estate, like, you got to go have these credentials and this and this and that to dive into real estate. But there's so many loopholes and angles to really deal with that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And I seen that he came on there and he like, with the wholesale, you ain't got to own. And then I'm like, yo, hold on. And I watched that shit. I'm like, yo, nah, this shit dead ass. Like,
Yeah, people getting real
But they
estate
hate
for
y'all.
some
They hate.
reasons.
I mean, how would you say it? They hate wholesalers.
yeah, certain realtors do
Yeah,
it like real
realtors
estate
hate
agents.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
And
people.
why is that?
People, getting the real estate, and you just got to be careful who you follow because a lot of people get paid off for the actual faking the knowledge than the actual really doing it. So sometimes you got to pull these people cards to see if they actually own real estate, to see if they actually own buildings, to see if they actually make money. Because right now the big scam is being car salespeople, right? I'm gonna tell you what you want to hear. I got 17,000 properties. I make this much money, and I can help you. You gotta understand. You gotta look past the vision because people are scamming. But for like you said, it's people getting the real estate. For some people are flippers. Some people are wholesalers. Some people have units and are rental units and rent them out. You know what I mean? I don't do wholesaling. I do flipping. I do tenants.
Buying, okay.
But sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's not. During the pandemic, I had 60% of my tenants not paying. The president got on TV and the governor got on TV and said you ain't got to pay. They ain't pay. You know what I mean?
And then it's hard to get them out. All that shit.
It's hard to get them out, but I bought properties for so cheap, it wasn't affecting me, but it was affecting a lot of people.
Right.
But those units shot up in price. We sold a lot of them, made a lot of money, and we'll see what happens. In the next couple of months, it seems like this is gonna get fucked up again, and just stack up and buy some more property. So I'm excited.
Right. What would you say the best places to go right now, like with the real estate, like as far as like?
I say for anybody starting, you look at areas like Detroit, you look at areas like Milwaukee, which has properties for like 5, 10, 15,000 that you could really touch and really, really see. Areas like that, like either upstate,
Rochester,
New York,
We from
Rochester,
Rochester, that's where
yep,
we from.
yep, like places like that where you can find those properties for cheap, and they're building. Like they were supposed to be building a train, I think, from like Rochester to New York for like 30 years now. I don't know if they ever
Never,
finished
yeah,
it.
they always say they gonna do it. They never do it.
Like areas like that, those are the best areas. Just think about if you got in Philly at the time. When I used to go to Philly and go to what was it, Philly Greek or what was that the track shit out there? Penn Relays, you know what I mean? You would see these all fucked up buildings in Philly, but now Temple bought them off. If I bought them back then, you know what I mean? I would have made millions back then.
$Millions, right? Because once the school comes, that's just happened to like where we from, like in Rochester, New York. U of R just came through, and they buying up everything because it's becoming
Building a
like
campus, expanding the campus and stuff.
building
Yep.
this campus. So you make it into like your little city. So like you said, I had some people that I know that's held on to like their houses and shit. And once they sold, they made way more money than people that sold before. You know?
Absolutely.
That's just like right now with Atlanta, like the west side of Atlanta is different from when people came here 10 years ago
Right.
because the real estate on the west side is is big right now. Like I think Microsoft or Facebook is building their headquarters down there.
Yeah,
so
right over
that
there.
shit gonna be, they gonna come through and buy up all that shit.
Absolutely.
And then you got the stadium right there, and you got all that. So it's definitely big business, man. It's crazy, man.
If you had to tell somebody starting out, regardless of what, if somebody come with some bread I got this and I want to invest, what would be I know real estate might be one. Well, I'm gonna just let you tell which one. If you had to give 3 things for somebody to be like, take your money, invest into this, or take your money, try this out, what would it be?
I would say the first thing to do is look at the market, right?
Stocks or
Nah,
or
not
real
that
estate?
market. Just look at what people are buying.
Oh, okay.
All right, so for instance, right, I put you on what I do. So, of course, real estate, right? You find a market like Milwaukee, you could buy a property for 10, 15,000, do your research, fix it up, sell it for 40,000, make 20,000 on it, whatever it may be. That's easy.
Right.
What happened in the pandemic? Everybody had money,
Right.
right? So what I did during the pandemic is I bought every car that I could buy that I knew people wanted. Just put my name on it. Whether it was a Jeep Cherokee, whether it was a Ferrari, whether it was a Lamborghini Urus, whatever it was.
Damn.
A Bronco, Ford Bronco, Mercedes G-Wagon, right? How much was the Mercedes G-Wagon during the pandemic?
Probably 150.
Like
80,000
yeah,
over.
yeah, okay.
100,000 over sticker.
Yeah.
I bought it for sticker. People paying me 80,000 over. I'm the type of person I will sell anything but my kids and my wife. It means nothing to me.
Right.
It means nothing. So while people were fighting to buy
Buy
those
the Jeep.
cause
it was
I was
only-
fighting to sell them.
them.
So, because there was only so many G-Wagons made during that time, right? Right.
Yeah, but people say, "Yo, I ain't got G-Wagon money." I didn't say I put down the whole $160,000 on the car. I put down $5,000. That car was gonna be gone in 2 months. I bought it.
Fact.
A Jeep. I go get a Jeep Wrangler. All right, Jeep Wranglers at the time with 30,000 over sticker, 20,000 over sticker. All right, well, buy it, flip it.
That's hard.
That's what I do. Same thing with watches. Watches during the time of the pandemic, going 40, 50,000 over what they pay.
Yeah.
Sneakers going
What?
2,000, 3,000 over
Sneakers
sneakers.
like selling drugs now.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But it's like people don't have that mentality. People would rather keep that stuff and buy it. So when everybody was buying cars and buying watches and buying sneakers, I was selling. I don't care. All I wear is white or whites. That's all I wear. White Air Force Ones.
Yeah.
Or Jordans. That's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so
That's it.
So if a nigga want to pay your Travis Scott for $2,000, come get
Take
him.
Come get this shit.
Come get him.
Take them. But that's
I feel
me.
you, right.
That's me because that's who I am. I'm a business person. You know what I
Right.
mean? That's me. But most people don't have that mind frame to
Yeah.
think about that. You get all that shit back. You get it back when it's low.
Yeah.
Right? Right now, I'm buying cars for myself to keep. Why? Because everything is low now. I'm buying watches for myself to keep because it's low.
Right.
But why shit is sky high? Let it go.
What you
Fuck
into?
it.
What watches you into?
Everything. I'm an Audemars person. I love Audemars. I got
Audemars,
about,
okay.
I would say about 12 Audemars
Yeah,
right
Kevin
now.
Hart shit. I think Kevin Hart got some nice.
No,
yeah.
Kevin got some really dope limited edition Audemars. I ain't at that level yet. They haven't made me that VIP client yet. But I'm,
No,
I'm good with
you
Audemars.
up
I
there.
love.
That's hard, though.
I
That's
love
hard for you.
Audemars.
Audemars.
I'm saying that's
What-
hard for you to get in the conversation and talk. Like,
facts.
You know, I
Yeah.
love my Audemars. I love my Rolexes, my Pateks. I love those. I'm not a Richard Mille fan, but the rest of those watches I love.
so what's the big thing about the Richard Mille? Why everybody love him so
I
much?
think it's just the price for real.
I just don't. I like the brands that's been there and tried and true, and it's been there for a long time, and it's not fatty. It's not something people are buying because they seen Hove wear it. I just like watches because I like, I like the watch. I like the design. I like the mechanics. And Audemars is one of my favorites. I just love the look of Audemars. I love the design. It makes me. It's youthful. It's young. Whether it's the music edition, the black ceramic, the blue ceramic, they just make dope watches.
Dope watch. That's hard.
That's hard.
So man, I want to ask you this, man. My fiance told me to ask you this, man. What made you get into the 12 Days of Christmas thing? What made you start that?
I'll be honest. Damn, I just seen something that just hurt my heart, man.
What happened?
We gotta stop this interview, man. This nigga a Cowboys fan?
Die Hard. Die Hard, G. Hey, I stayed on my shit too. Hey man, I'm like Die Hard.
This nigga got a cowboy logo on his screensaver.
Yeah, I'm Die Hard. So they know that.
Kind
They
of
know
nigga
that.
is
son.
this?
They know that. Y'all watch this episode.
Yo,
Y'all
see,
remember that shit, man.
It's the
Die
crazy
Hard.
shit, right? So you look at my
Hey,
screensaver.
yo,
What do you
son.
see? You see my family. You see
Right,
my kids.
right.
Right? You see my kids.
Yeah, you see your
This
family.
nigga got a Cowboys motherfucking
On my
screensaver.
screensaver, G. Y'all fuck with them niggas, man. I know you're a Giants fan,
I
man.
liked you at first. I was like, we could be cool.
Nah,
Like,
we still
friends.
could be cool.
Nah.
Yo, we still can be cool, so we gonna make this light skin, dark skin shit a thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, you can't.
Damn,
hey, look.
his phone just rang. I seen the star. I'm like,
Yeah.
did I
you
just
gotta
see a
the
Cowgirls
star.
logo on this shit?
I'm
I don't remember the
diehard.
question you just asked me when I seen that shit. Damn.
Yeah, I'm a diehard, G. I'm a diehard.
That's all right, man.
It's all right, man. It's all right, man. It's all right.
Shit. All right, so 12 days of Christmas, man.
Yeah.
Damn, you just fucked
It's
me
all
up.
right, man. What you a Giants fan?
Am I?
Then we sweep y'all this shit, man. Don't be mad. We put the broom out for that shit, man.
One time.
No. For the last
Takes-
couple years, we
takes
beat
you a
that
long-
shit.
takes
It's
you
all
a long
right, man. It's all right.
When's
Hey,
the last
look.
time y'all got a ring? We could talk about it later.
Yeah,
but-
hey, look.
So
See,
12
look, so let me tell you something. So, like, shout out to my little cousin Jigs. He a diehard Giants fan. So we call this shit the dungeon. Like, so when our teams play, we get together, we watch that shit together. Like, so we real big sports fans. So,
Yeah.
so what I gotta do is now I gotta get you whenever you come or wherever I get. If I'm in New York, I gotta come watch the game with you because
It's all
I'm a
good.
diehard. I love. But guess what though? Y'all gonna be good though. I like the young talent. Like I like Tib. I like them boys. Them boys flying
nah, they
around.
good. They
gonna be
really
good. And the
good.
coach did good this year.
Coach
so
did amazing.
playoff. And what I can say about the NFC East, we got 4 teams right now.
Yeah, we got
The
four
Redskins,
good
we
teams.
got 3. Redskins would have been the 4th, but
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So
But yeah, so back to 12 days of Christmas. So
Right.
12 days, in this lifestyle, it's like, I'll be honest with you. So I knew my wife since I met her in high school, right? She was 15, I was 16. So for me, it's like with this lifestyle, we're always on the road, we're always running, we never home. It's always grind. You know what I mean? And the bad thing about that is for my household, she holds down the household.
Right.
She makes sure the kids is good. They're on their activities. They're good with their homework. She makes sure the house is good.
Right.
And I wanted to show her I don't take that for granted. Like, so, you know, if you got kids or you got a household, if your wife ever goes somewhere and you got to do it, the shit is way tougher than anything in this world. Like, you know what I mean? And not way tougher like I can't do it, but nigga. Like, between, you know, for instance, like, you know, so my wife went away with her girls, right? They went on a 20-day trip, right?
Whoa, 20 days.
20-day trip.
And you had the kids.
I got the kids. So it's like going to karate, going to swimming, going to basketball, going to soccer, going to dance, going to cheerleading. It's to the point where my head is fucked up because I got to go here and go here and go here and go here. I'm tying shoes and doing this. And then when you get home, you got to do 4th grade and 3rd grade homework. And that shit sound easy when you trying to figure out because you really don't know the shit. So you Googling and you trying to explain to them, but they know you don't know. And then you got to phone a friend.
Hey, then, can I get $20?
Then like my daughter, you know what I mean? And then my daughter's like, Dad, you don't know this, do you? And I'm like, nah, I don't know this shit. And then, you know, then you got to do your daughter's hair. Then, you know, your daughter might have a problem. Then you got to sit there and then you got to listen to the whole day of school. Like, you know, my daughter come home and my daughter's 9 years old and she was like, Dad. And she's telling me about her whole day of school, right? And I'm not a bad dad. But I'll be honest, every day I don't care. And she's telling me, but Dad, you should have seen what happened. And then I did this and I did that. And all I'm thinking about is, babe, the game is on. Like, the game is on. I'm watching them in the next. But you got to sit here and listen to it. And then you know, you got to tell them what it was. You know what I mean? So it's a lot. So to show appreciation for my wife that does all of that. And, you know, the best thing about it, I don't have to. I wanted to do something small. And it started small because at first I didn't have no money. So it started something small, something little things that she liked, whether it's a piece of makeup or flowers or, you know, anything that she was into, some kicks, some sneakers, some socks, you know, Victoria's Secret, whatever it was. It started off small, and then as I started making more money, the gift started, you know, going high, and, you know, to where it is now. You know what I mean?
That's dope. That's dope. So, man, I got to ask you, man, what's your motivation, man? What keep you motivated, man?
My family, my kids, man. You know, the whole idea is I just want my kids to be happy, right? And that comes in every form. Like I tell my kids each and every day, I don't care what you want to do. You want to be a garbage man, a sanitation worker, that's fine. It's my job as a dad to make sure we figure out how to make it a business. You know what I mean? If my daughter wants to do nails, that's fine. But it's my job as a father to make sure make it a business and we make it a nail salon and a couple of nail salons and a sanitation business and this business. That's my job. But at the end of the day, you know, all I want is for them to be happy. Because that's at the end of the day, life is short. You just want to be happy. Fuck the money. We'll get the money. We'll figure out how to make money. But the whole thing is to keep them smiles on their face. So the motivation is my family.
That's hard, man. Look, man, it's so dope, man. Like I said, man, we're glad you came to kick it.
I thank y'all for having me, man.
It's dope, man. It's a blessing, man. Like I said, man, blessing in the
And you're a humble spirit, man. You know, you see people on TV and like, yo, just to be in the energy and to embrace it, it feel good. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate
you being
that
on the other side, like you could have as many ideas or perspective of somebody you don't meet, and then to sit here and really be with somebody of your stature, it's like, it's ill, son. And your energy, you deserve everything you got.
Appreciate that love.
For sure,
and I apologize. I couldn't smoke with y'all. You know, I got my own strand of cannabis called Slur. So
we should have had the Slur on here. Bring it.
I would have brought it. I would have brought it, but you know what? Like 2-3 weeks ago, I had surgery. So my wife was like, "I'm snoring too much," right?
Oh, I hear that all the time. I'm a polar bear. I ain't let my shit go though.
Right, but see, so but you did that. You ain't hear nothing, right? So what happened is, you know, I went to the doctor to test it out because I'm a scary nigga. And when I say scary nigga, like I see something like, let's say, you know, arm cancer, a new thing on TV. I'm going to the doctor because I think I got arm cancer. That's me. So sleep apnea, I kept seeing people dying and this, that, and from sleep apnea. So I went to the doctor.
That's crazy, man. You got maybe go get my shit checked.
I'm telling you. So I went to the doctor and he tested my shit. He was like, yo, you got polyps in your nose. So they gave me these pills for like 2-3 weeks. I took the pills for 2-3 weeks and it lowered the polyps and I didn't snore. So the doctor, I went back to the doctor. He was like, yo, I can't keep giving you these pills. He was like, you should have a surgery and just have them shits removed. He was like, it's like a 20-minute surgery. So we went to the surgery and I only did it during Breakfast Club break because you can't travel. You're not supposed to fly. You can't smoke. You can't drink. So I went there. It was a 2-hour surgery. I had that much polyps in my nose. They took them all out. Now I could breathe. I could smell Alaska right now. It's amazing. Damn. But you can't smoke for like 4 or 5 weeks. You can't drink for like 2 weeks.
My polyps took out there.
Yeah, so it's polyps, but
piled ups took out.
But so because of that, I can't smoke hookah and it's weird because when I DJ, it's like I smoke hookah, I'm drinking it, but I can't now. It's like hands behind your back.
They got you like there, like a Secret Service.
That's what I feel like.
Sitting around this DJ.
But it's funny because I got nothing to do after I play records. I'm looking around like shit, you know what I mean? But so I'm on my 3rd week, so I got 2 more weeks of that, and
I
then
think sit at the house like, man, I can't wait. Man, I can't wait.
But it is what it is. But we get back
though.
to. But I appreciate y'all guys for having me and your brothers for having me, laying it out and everything.
That,
I really appreciate it, man.
Man, I appreciate you coming, man, for real, man. You don't know, man. You just kicked our year off dope, man.
That's a Fendi.
I don't know. You made my new year so like 2023. This is a Jordan year.
That's what it is. I appreciate y'all, brothers.
It's hard to bring one of the goats. You know what I'm saying? A radio.
Nah, I appreciate
DJs
that
and all that, man.
Yeah, because just G shit. The 3rd coming as far as date, that just really touched. As far as the date is our 3-year. We've been in at 3 years.
Oh,
like,
real? That's real.
January 3rd.
That's
We're
real.
coming to do this like, yo, this fire. We 3 years in, and how you come, that's fire. Like,
That's
and,
real.
like,
I
it's a
appreciate y'all,
pinnacle
brothers,
moment.
man.
Word up.
Yeah. Man, y'all already know, man. This Fat Nasty Podcast.
That's
now one
right.
half of the Belly Gang Boys.
Let me put my belly on your butt, you heard?
And we signing out, y'all.